Hi, I'm Jennifer and welcome to Stitch Tutorials with Celtic Knot Crochet. Today I'll be showing you how to remove this type of knot when you're joining rounds while crocheting. It's called an invisible join. This is an example of when you join with a slip stitch, you often end up creating this knot here, and it just doesn't look as nice, especially if your project is going to end right like this. You want a nice clean transition from the beginning and end of your work or your last round. I like to end a lot of my crochet projects with a slip stitch edging, and by doing the invisible join we'll have a nice clean transition. So here is the example of what we traditionally do. I'll take it out and show you what we normally do at the end of a round. So I worked slip stitch around and I have come to here, my first slip stitch, and of course I don't want to end here because I have this gap and I want the color to flow. So I yarn over, and if I slip stitch into that first stitch, it closes it up, and then we traditionally do a yarn over to make a knot. And that's what we have. So it looks okay, but there's a way to make it so you don't even see this join. It's very simple to do. You can do it on any crochet project. So what you do is whatever the last stitch is, you do not join it with a slip stitch to the first stitch. So here I just completed the last slip stitch, and then I'm going to cut the yarn and pull the yarn tail out. So I have this yarn tail coming up and out of the center of the top of the last stitch. Then I'm going to take my yarn needle and thread that yarn tail onto my yarn needle. And now I'm going to work into the very first stitch, and I'm going to put my yarn needle under both loops. And I'll pull the yarn tail through like so. Basically what I'm doing is I'm mimicking what the last stitch top would look like. So remember, the tops of all crochet stitches have the two loops that looks kind of like a braid, and I'm just mimicking that by sewing with the yarn tail. So I went through and under both of those loops of my first stitch, and now I'm going to go back down through the middle of my last stitch and pull that snug. I want this mimicked stitch to be about the same size as all the other ones, so you can just play around with it and adjust it, and there you go. You can't see where you started and where you ended your round. And what I like to do with this yarn tail is after I go through that last stitch, then I like to just work into the back loops here. And if I had another yarn tail like this one that I already wove in, I would tie it in a double knot just to make sure that this isn't going to pull out at all. And there you go. That's how you do the invisible join. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to click to subscribe. Thanks for watching and happy crocheting!